Would I want this marriage for my daughter? No. Why would I want it for me?
It's an incredibly sad and complicated story that's been unfolding over the last week.
So, I love you too! This next song, I've never rewritten a song more, and I probably never will. I don't know how anybody, I'll just be real with you, goes through grief, like divorce, any kind of grief, any kind of loss, without having an outlet.
With a more than 3-year legal battle, the talk show host has filed a countersuit against her former husband and his father, Brandon Blackstock's management.
The end?
Yeah.
Do you tell her how much you love her?
I don't want to.
You don't want to?
Oh, yeah. I love you, and I send you special.
This story is about 2 children and the mother who put them before everything. When the world learned that Brandon Blackstock, 48, had died after a private battle with cancer, Kelly Clarkson did the most important thing a parent can do. She turned the cameras off, paused the shows, and built a bubble around River Rose and Remington. No statements, no spectacle, just safety. Tonight isn't about guessing how the kids feel. It's about how Kelly is protecting them, why those choices matter, and what real care looks like when grief comes home.
Of events has occurred since rumor first broke of Kelly Clarkson's husband, Brandon Blackstock, cheating on her. While we are hoping for Clarkson's sake these are just rumors, here's what went down. Online publication The Dirty posted a story about Blackstock's alleged affair, and shortly after, under the comments section, a user with Clarkson's name wrote, "This is absolutely absurd. The woman who posted this fictitious rumor about my husband used to be my personal assistant until I terminated her for trying to steal from me."
Section 1. The decision, kids first, noise later. The headline hit like a brick. Within minutes, Kelly's team quietly posted the only update that mattered. The Las Vegas shows are postponed while she stays home with River and Remy. That wasn't image management, that was triage. Curtains down, phones face down, schedules rewritten around 2 children who just lost their dad.
Y'all, they didn't call each other. They just happened to wear the same thing. But Alex is letting River shadow her today. So she's been to all the meetings this morning, like an adult. Yes.
So then I took my turn.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Me too.
I was devastated to see the breakdown of the family she'd worked so hard to build.
It rips you apart, whenever you fall in love with someone and it doesn't work. I was destroyed, like on the ground, crying. Because that's a loss. That's a death. Honestly, you grieve something that you thought would be forever.
When you're in pain and it's so deep, you can't describe.
I cannot do this.
In the first 24 hours, reputable outlets kept it brief, noted the family's request for privacy, and moved on. Kelly didn't offer quotes or curated sorrow because protection isn't performative. Protection is presence. The people who needed her words were in the kitchen with her, not on a timeline. Online, grief and anger collided. Condolences mixed with reminders of the business dispute that followed the divorce and the ruling that certain commissions tied to Kelly's work should be returned. That history didn't vanish, but Kelly's choice cut through the noise. Whatever adults still have to untangle, the kids come first. Section 2. Boundaries that protect, not perform speculation immediately tried to map a timeline. What was known when, how the illness progressed, who said what. The family responded with a firm boundary. No medical play-by-play, no bedside narration, no last minute's myth-making. That line is not cold, it's compassionate. It stops the transformation of a parent's final days into content and shields children from becoming the internet's main character. Boundaries also teach. When Kelly refuses to monetize this moment or drip feed details, she's modeling for River and Remy that privacy is allowed, even when the whole world is asking. She's showing them that you don't have to answer every question to be understood at home. And for fans who are frustrated by silence, this is the hard truth of responsible coverage. Not knowing is part of caring. If the people inside the house choose quiet, the kindest thing the rest of us can do is echo it.
We are what we eat. So we have really great cattle at our property, and we also have a bunch of horses, obviously. Montana is such a beautiful state. It's my favorite one, like as far as aesthetically pleasing. And it's just, we have a lot of acres to just kind of get lost on. So it's nice. It's just, you feel like we're always living in LA and doing so many jobs and working almost 7 days a week sometimes. And then we come here and there's like no one around. So It's really nice. He's kind of in heaven. I'm not gonna lie. The social distancing is really good for my husband.
Born to be a cowboy. Section 3. The architecture of safety, routine, reassurance, repair. Protection looks ordinary from the outside and life-saving from the inside. It's routine, meals at the usual time, lights out on schedule, school drop-offs that say, even now your world still holds. It's reassurance, simple, honest language about death that doesn't confuse or soften reality because clarity is kinder than euphemism. Protection is also permission. Kids grieve in loops, tears, play, questions, silence. And Kelly's job is to make every loop okay. Some days it's coloring at the table. Other days it's a quiet drive or a movie they've seen 100 times. None of it is content. All of it is care. And protection is repair. Setting up time with counselors or therapists when feelings are bigger than home can hold. Keeping trusted adults in the children's orbit. And letting extended family help without turning love into a photo shoot. The work is invisible on purpose.
And the Father could stay.
Section 4. Holding two truths without dragging kids. In Two Things Can Be True at Once, compassion for a private illness, and the paper trail that says money tied to Kelly's work had to come back before he died. That's the wound many supporters remember, and it doesn't evaporate because condolences were posted, but none of that justifies pulling minors into a public autopsy of their family. Kelly's line, pause the show, close the door, protect the children, is how you keep adult consequences from hardening into a child storyline. Accountability can exist in documents and adult conversations. Childhood needs a different room.
Why Kelly Clarkson spent $5 million on Brandon Blackstock, only to get divorced anyway. In 2013, Kelly married music manager Brandon Blackstock, hoping to build a happy family. She slowed down her career for him and handed over her management to his father's company, paying over $3 million in commissions, not realizing the firm didn't even have a proper talent license. Meanwhile, the money she earned writing her own songs went straight into their pockets. After the wedding, Kelly helped raise his 2 kids from a previous marriage and even bought him a ranch in Montana so he could relax. But during the pandemic, Brandon refused to work, refused to leave, and squatted on the ranch under her name, forcing her to pay nearly $80,000 a month in upkeep. In 2020, Kelly finally filed for divorce. He fired back, demanding spousal support, trying to stay in her house and claiming to be a stay-at-home dad.
Section 5. Memory over myth. There were no stage-managed farewells, no press-ready last words. Friends recall Brandon writing small notes to his children, memories, inside jokes, a line worth keeping. Life is short, but the love you have for your family is forever. Kelly's protection means making space for memory work instead of myth-making, saving drawings, printing photos, telling the same funny story until it becomes family canon. For River and Remy, that might be a box on a closet shelf and 10 quiet minutes before bed. For Savannah and Seth, older now, it's check-ins that respect their own pace. None of this trends, and that's the point. Memory doesn't need a microphone, it needs a table and time.
Brandon Blackstock, a talent manager and the former husband of Kelly Clarkson, has died. A statement from the Blackstock family says he died of cancer, adding he bravely fought the disease for more than 3 years. The family said he passed away peacefully and was surrounded by family. Blackstock, who was also the stepson of country music legend Reba McEntire, leaves behind 4 children, including 2 children he shares with Kelly Clarkson. The singer and TV host said that she was canceling the remaining dates of her Las Vegas residency to be with her kids. Brandon Blackstock was 48.
Section 6. Community without cameras protection doesn't happen alone. It's teachers who know when to make room, neighbors who drop off dinner without asking for a selfie, friends who carry logistics so the kids can carry less. It's media hygiene too. No reposting paparazzi shots of minors. No DM hunting for insider details. No gamifying grief. If Kelly decides to speak later, maybe in a song, maybe in a quiet interview, that will be her timing, not ours. Until then, the healthiest support is patience. Letting the family be a family while the ground settles under small feet. Section 7. The past, the present, and what Kelly chose people will debate legacy. Valley View Rodeo community projects, a quieter life under a bigger sky, and others will point to the cost Kelly carried. Time, stress, and public storms she walked through because business lines were crossed and later walked back by a decision. Both truths can stand, but the lasting example is simpler. On August 7th, 2025, Brandon died at home in Montana. Kelly stopped working and centered River and Remington. Screens off, schedules cleared. Therapists, teachers, bedtime, quiet. Not because it plays well, but because it protects well. If you've supported her through the last few years, let that support look like patience and privacy for the kids and for the mother who chose them first. Closing. This is what protection sounds like. Fewer posts, more presence. Fewer updates, more arms around small shoulders. If you're here because you care, let that care be gentle. Let the silence stand. And when the world gets loud again, as it always does, remember the choice at the center of this story. 2 children and a mother who made them the headline.